At Starlight Comprehensive College in Akure, one name was on every student's lips: Mama Bisi. She wasn't a teacher, nor was she the school's proprietor. But she was the unchallenged queen of the school canteen, ruling it with a charisma that left every other vendor in the dust. Break time at Starlight was a battle, not for a seat in class, but for a spot at Mama Bisi's store. Her food had an irresistible allure. It wasn't just tasty, it was magical. Her jollof rice had the perfect balance of smoky and sweet, her akure was crispy yet fluffy, and her beans had a silky texture that could make anyone forget home cooking. Mama Bisi. Mama Bisi, students screamed during break time. Serve me first, oh. The line to her stall often stretched across the courtyard. Students jostled and fought for her attention, waving crumpled naira notes and shouting at the top of their voices. No push me, a boy yelled one afternoon. I did this line before you. I beg, shift, another retorted, shoving him aside. Even the teachers indulged in her meals. Mrs. Shady from the English department swore that Mama Bisi's akure had healing powers. The principal, Mrs. Odeola, once joked during a PTA meeting that Mama Bisi's food was Starlight's second curriculum. But there was one person who wasn't entirely enchanted by the hype: Ayo Odebanjo, the newly posted NYSC Corps member. Ayo arrived at Starlight with high hopes of making an impact. Fresh out of university, he carried a confident air that made him an instant hit with the students, who quickly nicknamed him Uncle Ayo. On his second day at the school, Ayo noticed the chaos at the canteen. Break time had turned into a stampede. What's going on there? He asked a student. It's Mama Bisi's food, sir, the girl replied eagerly. Her jollof rice is the best. Curious, Ayo decided to try it. He joined the queue, if it could even be called that, and finally secured a plate of her legendary jollof rice and fried plantains. The taste was divine. The rice had a smoky richness, the plantains were caramelized to perfection, and the seasoning lingered on his tongue long after the meal was done. But something about the experience unsettled him. Why are these students so obsessed? As the weeks went by, Ayo began noticing strange behavior among the students. Bright and lively Funky, who always raised her hand in class, had become lethargic. Kola, a notorious chatterbox, seemed jittery and distracted. One day after school, Ayo overheard two boys talking behind the science lab. Guy, you fit borrow me N200, one asked. You dey owe me already. No for Mama Bisi food again, ABI, the second boy replied. The first boy sighed. I no fit stop. Her food dey sweet eh? Ayo's curiosity deepened. Something wasn't adding up. Mama Bisi's charm wasn't just about her food. It was the way she treated everyone like family. She remembered students' names, asked about their parents, and even gave free meals to those who couldn't pay. One afternoon, Kemi, a timid JSS 3 girl, realized she'd left her lunch money at home. She stood near the canteen, watching others eat, her stomach growling. Mama, please, I don't have money today, she whispered, her eyes downcast. Mama Bisi's face lit up with a warm smile. My dear, you no fit go hungry. Sit down. You go chop today. She served Kemi a heaping plate of rice and added extra dodo on the side. Such gestures only deepened the students' loyalty. Mama Bisi no better person, Kola told Funky one day. No be only her food sweet, her heart dey sweet too. Even the teachers admired her generosity. Mama Bisi is a blessing, Mrs. Shade said during a staff meeting. These children feel safe with her. But Ayo wasn't convinced. Generosity or strategy, he muttered to himself. Determined to investigate, Ayo discreetly packed a sample of Mama Bisi's jollof rice into a container and sent it to a local lab. A week later, the results came back. The food contained sweet marks, a banned chemical additive known for its highly addictive properties. Sweet marks, originally developed as a flavor enhancer, had been outlawed after studies linked it to severe health issues, including addiction and behavioral changes. Armed with the report, Ayo confronted Mama Bisi the next day. Mama Bisi, we need to talk, he began, holding up the lab report. She looked at him with a practiced innocence. Uncle Ao, wetin happen? E no be about my children. It's about your food, he replied firmly. This report says you're adding sweet marks. That's illegal. Her expression darkened for a moment, but she quickly laughed it off. Oh, Uncle Ao, you won't spoil my name. Sweet marks cool. I know even so be wetin you dey talk. Don't play innocent, Mama, Ao snapped. This isn't just about food. You're making these kids addicted. Her voice turned cold. Ao, you just come this school. You know so be anything. If you know wetin good for you, mind your business. The next day, Ao reported his findings to the principal, Mrs. Odeola. Ma, I have evidence that Mama Bisi is using harmful substances in her food, he said, placing the lab report on her desk. Mrs. Odeola frowned. This is a serious accusation, Ao. Are you sure? Yes, Ma. The report confirms it. Mama Bisi was summoned to defend herself. She arrived, wiping her hands on her apron, looking like the picture of innocence. Principal Ma, I no fit harm these children, she said, her voice trembling. These children be like my own pikin. I no sabi these sweet marks. When the lab report was shown to her, she broke into tears. Jesus. No who won't set me up like this. Ao, why you dey do this to me? To Ao's horror, several students barged into the principal's office. Leave Mama alone, shouted Funky. She no do anything. She be better person. No Uncle Ao dey jealous her, Kola added. The principal, caught between Ao's evidence and Mama Bisi's tears, hesitated. Ao, unless you have irrefutable proof, I can't act on this, she said. Frustrated, Ao tried again, sneaking into the canteen at night for more evidence, but Mama Bisi outsmarted him. She even spread rumors, turning students and staff against him. Finally, Ao devised a new plan, recording her. With proof of her handling sweet marks and support from 2 teachers, he exposed her to the entire school in a dramatic meeting. Ao's evidence was undeniable. The video recording of Mama Bisi handling the sweet marks powder and the lab test left no room for doubt. As she was escorted out by authorities, the school was thrown into chaos. Mama Bisi, how could you? Mrs. Odeola muttered, her voice shaking. The principal, who had defended her, looked crestfallen. Parents at the emergency PTA meeting were furious, some crying in disbelief that their children had been victims of such deception. Uncle Ao, not true? She really do Kola asked hesitantly after the meeting. Yes, Kola. It's true. She wasn't who we thought she was, Ao replied gently. The students, who had once vilified him, now regarded him with a mix of shame and admiration. They realized that Ao had risked everything to protect them, even when no one believed him. The principal later called Ao to her office, this time with a smile. Ao, I owe you an apology. You stood firm when we doubted you. Thank you for saving our students, she said, shaking his hand firmly. The NYSC State Coordinator also commended Ao for his bravery and diligence. You have shown the true spirit of the NYSC scheme, selflessness and service. Well done, he said. By the end of his service year, Ao was no longer just Uncle Ao. He was a role model and a hero to the students of Starlight College. As he prepared to leave, Funky approached him, clutching a small card. Uncle Ao, thank you for everything. We are sorry for not believing you, she said, her voice filled with sincerity. Ao smiled. It's okay, Funky. Always remember to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. He waved goodbye to the school that had tested him in unimaginable ways but had also cemented his legacy. Starlight Comprehensive College became a cautionary tale, reminding everyone of the dangers of blind trust and the power of perseverance. And as for Ao, he carried the lessons of his service year into the next chapter of his life, knowing that one person's courage could indeed make a difference.